What is up, Grizzler Nation? It's your boy Grizz, and today we are going to be fixing one of the more disappointing teams of the season, for sure, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, obviously, the Chiefs came right off of winning a Super Bowl. They were expected to have a pretty light breeze back, but obviously, those of you that watch football know that has not been the case this year. They got guys like Marquez Valdez-Scantling, guys like Kadarius Toney that would rather give the ball to the other team rather than catch it themselves. They do have Isaiah Pacheco, who's a beast, but can't keep getting ejected. Travis Kelce has been very disappointing as well. I don't care what you say about him. He's not looking like what he used to be. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, so you don't have to worry about quarterback. Defensively, probably the best defense I've ever seen the Chiefs have since the Mahomes era. But, again, still needs a little bit of work. Right outside linebacker can obviously use an upgrade. We could move Tranquil over there, but I think Chenal is young. Yeah, he's very young. So we'll leave him out there. Obviously, I'm not a Chiefs fan by any means, but rebuilding them should be a rather easy rebuild, in my opinion. I really hope so that I can kind of pick it up and maybe start actually doing well in rebuilds. McDuffie is obviously a guy that we're going to keep for a while. I'm going to look to re-sign L'Jarius Sneed. The defense is solid. I don't think we have to really worry about that for a little bit. But offensively, I don't know. Receiver is a big one. Obviously, Rashee Rice progresses very nicely. Left tackle is somebody we need. But aside from that, the O-line's set. Obviously set at tight end for a couple years, set at quarterback, set at running back. So really just receivers and a little bit of defensive help, and I think we'll be fine. So I was just looking here in the trade finder, and the Falcons are offering me Kyle Pitts for Drew Tranquil. Tranquil is obviously 28 years old, not really going to see the field, so I'm probably going to be running Edwards at sub linebacker. So I'd be dumb to decline that trade. And also right here, I do see Devin White, but he has an 11 mil cap hit. I know he's going to be hitting free agency, so probably not going to do that. But now I'm faced with the task of, hey, do I want to keep Pitts, trade Pitts, or trade Kelce? And obviously, Kelce's going to give us a bigger haul. Pitts is younger, but I'm just going to kind of see what's out there for him and see what I really want to do for him. All right, now I know obviously it's going to be a very unpopular thing that I just did, but know that Travis Kelce does regress pretty severely. Typically by year 2 or year 3, I am seeing him at an 85, 86 overall. So I went ahead and moved Travis Kelce over to the Bengals, picked up T. Higgins, who is going to be our wide receiver of the future, wide receiver 2, probably behind Rashee Rice, but we will be running Rice at slot. Their first, second, and third from this year, and Cam Taylor-Britt, which is, again, if any of you watch rebuilds, know that this dude is typically an X factor by year 2. I was trying to get Tremaine Edmonds, Jalen Johnson, and a first from the Bears, but I didn't want to give up anything more than Travis Kelce. I didn't want to have to give up any picks or anything like that. I wanted to gain picks as well as get other stuff. So that's exactly what we did. We picked up our cornerback 3, which solidified that. And we picked up, obviously, our tight end and Kyle Pitts for Tranquil, who wasn't going to see the field. And then we picked up our wide receiver 1 and T. Higgins. So definitely love to see that. This is kind of what we're going to run with going into year number 1. Obviously, we're going to replace that right in. We're not going to stick with that. But I'm going to fix the lineup a little bit, and that's what we're going to roll with. All right, guys. Now, right here is what's going to inevitably kill the Chiefs. Luckily, we brought back Chris Jones on a pretty decent deal. But this is a team that they've got a lot of contracts up, as you can see. L'Jarius Sneed's here. Obviously, Mecole Hardman, we don't care about that. Mike Edwards, we don't care about that. Derek Nottie, we don't really care about that. Mike Dana, don't really care about that. Willie Gay, I do care about that, but we can draft someone that's probably going to be around that. So really, I guess we're not in that bad of a position. No? Actually, I take that back. We are not. The only guy that's going to suck is we are going to lose L'Jarius Sneed more than likely. That doesn't mean we're going to for a fact, but we'll look into it and obviously most definitely try to sign him back in the off season. But for now, we're going to go ahead and sim. As you can see, we are 6-1. Hopefully, we pick it up in the playoffs so we don't completely fall apart. And I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Alright guys, here at the end of year number 1, we do make the playoffs. We go 11-6. We did not win our division. The Chargers, obviously Justin Herbert doesn't get hurt. They make it, take us out. We did lose to them twice, so obviously they're a threat in the playoffs if we do make it. Looking at the stats, obviously we had the best offense in the league. Patrick Mahomes tore it up. And we had the 12th best defense, so pretty good. Only 4 picks out of Mahomes, 32 touchdowns, 4,800 yards, obviously as expected. 975 and 13 out of Pacheco. Little low on the yardage side, but obviously, as you know, the Chiefs don't run that much. 13 touchdowns, not too bad. 1,212 out of Rice, 1,207 out of Pitts, 859 and 3 out of Kadarius Toney, and 792 and 5 out of T. Not the best in the world, but definitely nothing to really complain about. 118 tackles for Bolton, 99 for Willie Gay, 9 sacks out of Chris Jones, 4.5 out of Omihu, Nadi with 2, Karlatis with 2. Okay. Pick-wise, 6 picks for Justin Reed. He's definitely going to get a dev trade upgrade. 4 for Cam Taylor-Britt. We'll take that. Willie Gay had a dang good year as well as Trent McDuffie. Not bad at all. As Mahomes comes in at number 2 for MVP. Patrick Mahomes also comes in at number 4 for Offensive Player of the Year. And then we see Rashee Rice down here at number 9. Defensive Player of the Year, no Chiefs up there. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Rashee Rice, so he might already be out the superstar, possibly even X Factor. Defensive Rookie of the Year, obviously we didn't have anybody, so nothing to complain about there. But the thing that I really care about is definitely, obviously, trying to win a Super Bowl, which has been a big struggle for me as I cannot seem to do that. So we're taking on the 10-7 Colts here in the wild card round, and we beat them 31-15, and we will be taking on the Baltimore Ravens, which is a very big possibility in real life right now. The Ravens are killing it. They just embarrassed the 49ers. And we only score 3 points on them. That's terrible. All right. Well, we're heading into the offseason. Hopefully to revamp that defense and obviously bring back L'Jarius Sneed. All right, guys. So we did end up losing out on L'Jarius Sneed because we didn't really have the money to pay him. So I did pick up Jeff Okudah. I know he's a downgrade, but he's still young, fast, only 25 and still 76 overall. And we got him very cheap for 2 years. And I also lost Willie Gay, so I did go ahead and pick up Chris Barnes, who does have a better dev trait than Willie Gay, to kind of fill his spot. So nothing to really complain about there. I'm going to go look at the squad and see if we need to sign any other guys. But aside from that, we're probably going to get right into the draft. All right, guys, here with our first round pick, we did lose Donovan Smith. I think he retired, so we're going to pick up a left tackle hidden dev trait. Can't be much worse than Donovan Smith. So we're definitely going to take that. And then here, we're probably going to pick up a defensive tackle. That's what we need more than anything. And it does look like there's some solid ones out there. So let's kind of see which one does look the best. He does not look bad at all. Neither is he. All right. Elite, great, solid, great, elite. And Shamir Sutton. He is a normal dev trait, but he does seem to have some great stats, so not terribly worried about that. And then here we are just going to kind of see what the best on the board is. Obviously, if we don't have to use Jeff Okudah, I'm not going to. So if there is somebody better, we won't 100% be taking that. But it's going to completely depend on what's available. The first guy doesn't look bad at all. He doesn't look bad. I'm gonna look around and see what I want to do. All right, we are running a little low at linebacker depth, so I went ahead and picked up Emmanuel Cleary. He looks like an absolute beast. 85 speed. He's definitely going to be great for us. Might even run some sub linebacker. And then right here with the 27th pick that we got from, I believe, was the Bengals. I'm not sure who we really got it from. Obviously, we only made 2 trades, so it was really the Bengals that we got it. But, boom, Devin Weston. You saw all those first out of Baylor. Probably going to replace Jeff Okudah, so we might look to trade Jeff. It just completely depends on how it matches up, because obviously he can be a hidden dev trait and be a terrible overall. And then here, I'm probably going to look at a free safety because I know Cook is good. That's for sure. But it's not a high overall. And it does look like he's going to be safe. I honestly might let the CPU pick the rest of the guys, but we'll kind of see. I'm going to look around. I'm just kidding. I said I liked the guy earlier. We're going to go and take Luke Bigsby. Might see the field, might not. And we have a ton of other draft picks. Hopefully the CPU can draft us a good old gym because we love seeing that. And we'll be right back with Draft Recap. Alright guys, here at Draft Recap, we made some huge draft picks. Right away, 76 overall left tackle Grade Medlock is going to slide right into that starting position. Shamir Sutton is going to be a perfect backup to Chris Jones at a 77 overall. Cleary is probably going to see a little bit of playing time. Might not, but he is a 72 overall. Nothing to complain about. And Weston is most definitely going to replace Jeff Okudah. That 94 speed, 76 overall already. I'm pretty sure that matches Jeff Okudah, but he's only 20 years old, so nothing to complain about there. So I'm going to set the lineup, and then we're going to see how we perform year number 2. Wow. So we go 13-4 here in year number 2, and somehow the Raiders go 14-3, so we don't even get a first round bye, but we do make the playoffs. We're going to be taking on the 10-7 Cincinnati Bengals here in round number 1, and we obviously had the best offense in the league and the 6th best defense in the league. Wow, nearly 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, only 2 picks for Patrick Mahomes. 1,214 out of Isaiah Pacheco. Kyle Pitts, 1,216. Rashee Rice, 1,113. Kadarius Toney, 1,107. T. Higgins, 1,007. Wow. And then defensively, Nick Bolton does his thing. Chris Jones, 7.5 sacks, 5 and 5 out of Omenihu and Karlaftis. 4 picks out of Trent McDuffie, 3 out of Devin Weston, the Rook, 2 out of Chris Barnes. Okay. Nothing to complain about there for sure. And I believe Mahomes won MVP, but we'll see after we beat the Bengals, right? So here in round 1, taking on the Bengals. Oh my gosh, we lose. Man, I have no luck in these videos at all. That is crazy. Well, heading into year number 3 with a lot of salary cap issues, obviously because we have a $500 million quarterback. Well, deserving, obviously. I'm not complaining about that one bit. But we got to sign Nick Bolton and some other people, and that's not going to be possible with how much Mahomes is getting paid. He does win Offensive Player of the Year and MVP. That's kind of crazy. Somehow the Raiders go on to the Super Bowl, but they get beat by Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. And I'm going to see if I can restructure some contracts and hopefully re-sign the people we need. Alright, so obviously we're going to accept Trent McDuffie's option as he does go up to Superstar. We are definitely going to bring back... Whoa, no. No, I don't care how deep we go on the salary cap. We're bringing you back. As well as Creed Humphrey. He's definitely someone we need. Justin Reed, he does go down to star, but he's still an 84 overall. So definitely going to try to bring him back. He wants to test free agency. Terrible decision, but I mean, you do you. Accept that option on Karlaftis. Kadarius Toney's been doing his thing. I know Chiefs fans all around are going to absolutely hate that signing, but I don't care. I'm not a Chiefs fan. So we're obviously going to bring him back. The dude's a beast in simulation. And then obviously Harrison Butker is the guy that I want to keep around. I don't want to have to worry about signing a kicker. So here in free agency, we are going to obviously sign Justin Reed or go and pick up a better safety if possible. But let's get right into it and see what we can do. Man, oh man, my goal here is to definitely piss off Chiefs fans. I went out and picked up Tyrann Mathieu to fill in for Justin Reed at safety. Now, obviously, that's going to be a not so like signing, but he's a beast. What more can I say? I think that is going to be all we're going to sign. We don't really need anything else. And we're going to get right into the draft. Right here, I want a star defensive tackle that I can pair alongside Chris Jones. So I trade our first, second, and third because drafting somebody he's not going to develop in time for Vita Vea. Obviously, Vita Vea is a freaking beast. There's no explanation for that trade needed, in my opinion. It just kind of really boosts the team. All right, guys, I think this is going to be our lineup heading into year number 3. Obviously, Pitts is still an X factor. Rashee Rice goes up to an X factor. Mahomes is an X factor. Everybody else is starring up, which is kind of crazy. No normal devs at all. And then on the defensive side, Brian Cook moves over to strong safety. I'm not too mad about that. McDuffie's a superstar. Chris Jones is a superstar. He drops down, but Vita Vea is a superstar X factor. We're going to let the rookie move up and play right here. I don't mind Uzoma over here. Karlaftis, Vita Vea, Chris Jones. Solid lineup. And hopefully we can go win the bowl. All right, guys. Here in year number 3, we go 15-2, and we make the first round bye. And we have a 97 overall offense, which is absolutely insane. And we have the best offense for the 3rd year in a row. And then defensively, we have the 2nd best. So we are one of the best. 4,700 yards, 42 touchdowns to 8 picks for Mahomes. 1,118 out of Pacheco. 1,112 out of Pitts. 1,011 out of Rice. 914 and 9 out of Higgins. 867 and 4 out of Tony. And Isaiah Pacheco also puts up 5 touchdowns. So we love to see that for sure. 120 tackles out of Nick Bolton. 9.5 sacks out of Khalil Mack. 7.5 out of Karlaftis and Jones. And then 6.5 out of Vita Vea. 4 picks out of Brian Cook. 3 out of Cam Taylor-Britt. And then a couple people got 1, including Khalil Mack. That's kind of crazy to me, but we'll take it. Did Mahomes win MVP again? Yes, he did. Pacheco comes in at number 2. Mahomes comes in at number 3. Okay. I'll take that for sure. Defensive Player of the Year. No Chiefs on there. Just kind of disappointing, but, you know, it is what it is. And let's see who we're going to be taking on. And I guess round number 2, really it's a divisional round. That is going to be the Buffalo Bills. One of the biggest rivalries I've ever seen. Not really. It's not a big rivalry, but it's definitely a rivalry. So, can the Chiefs beat them again? They don't. Oh my God. A 97 overall offense, a 92 overall defense. Can't even beat. What? Why? What the heck? I don't get it, man. Oh, this is wild. I don't know. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, we didn't win a ring. Very surprising to me, but I guess it is what it is. If you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, comment what team you want to see me attempt to rebuild next, and have a good night.